Hey guys, welcome to the guided practice for 14.9. Now you might have noticed we did skip 14.8, but sometimes we just have to do that. Today you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a pencil, your line paper, and if possible, the centimeter grid paper. Please notice I did link it, so you should just be able to click on that and then print it off. This will be really hard if you don't have the grid paper. Today's lesson can be kind of a challenge. Please make sure that you're doing everything in order. You should have already watched the math movie. Now you're watching guided practice, and then you should be doing the reteaching. I'm going to do my very best to show you how to do this remotely, but please, like I've always said, if you need help, have mom and dad, or even you can try to send me a message and I will call you, Zoom, and we'll get things figured out. Today's learning target is I can draw rectangles with a given perimeter and with a given area and a different perimeter. So we're going to be working on, if we're given an area of 16 square meters, what are a few different ways that we could make that shape? Alrighty, today that's not the right thing, sorry. Today we are on page 348. So it does say for 1 through 4 to use grid paper, which I'm going to do. I'm going to try to use a red and a green marker because I hope that then you'll be able to see it okay. All right, it says use grid paper to draw 2 different rectangles with a given area. Now, before I forget, I'm going to write that area equals length times width on the top of my grid paper so I don't forget, okay? Tell the dimensions and perimeter of each rectangle and tell which one has a smaller perimeter. Please remember, I know Bunny here remembers, the perimeter is where you add up all the sides. However, the area is the length times the width to figure out the amount inside, okay? So for number 1, we have to come up with rectangles that are 6 square feet. So the first thing I need to figure out is what is 2 ways that I can make 6 with multiplication? What are 2 factors? So in one color, I'm going to do it in green, 2 ways to make 6 square feet. Okay, I know I can do 2 times 3 equals 6. And then in my red marker, I'm going to say if I can do 2 times 3, how else can I make 6 with factors? That's right, I can say 1 times 6 equals 6. Please don't forget, anything times 1 is always itself, so that's kind of the easiest way to make a rectangle. All right, so I'm going to draw my first rectangle with 6 square units inside. So 2 times 3, so it's 2 across and 3 squares down. So it's 1, 2, and 3 down. And just to make sure, then I can look inside and say, do I have 6 squares inside? 2 times 3. Now, before I draw my next one, I'm going to figure out the perimeter around of that rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the area equals 6. You know what? I already forgot my unit. This is the problem with not having, feet, with not having a book. And the perimeter is 10 feet. Okay, so that means that I have my area and my perimeter. Now I'm going to draw the red rectangle, and that is 1 over and 6 down. 1 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to connect it. It looks like a long almost for math. And I know that my area equals 6 square feet. Now I'm going to count and see, do I have a different perimeter? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The perimeter equals 14 feet. So boys and girls, now we have drawn 2 rectangles that have the same area and a different perimeter around. So then the book says, which one has the smaller perimeter? So, of course, that would be the 10. So I will put a star on the first one. Okay? Now, oops, wrong button, sorry. Now let's figure out number 2. Now this one's kind of a challenge because it's 36 square. I better write this down because you know I forget things. 36 square yards. Okay. Now, are you really going to draw 1 across and 36 down? No, that won't even fit on my paper. So now we have to figure out what are 2 factors that make 36. What times what is 36? So we could sing our 2, or we could count by 2. We could count by 3. We could count by 4. But what's one that I know right away? That's right, 6 times 6. So in green, I'm going to write 6 times 6 equals 36 square yards. I'm going to abbreviate yards with YDS. So now I am going to go 6 over and 6 down. 6. All right, and so my area equals 36 square yards. But now I have to figure out the perimeter of that green shape by counting all around the outside. So 24. 24 yards. And my paper looks like this. So now I have to come up with one more way. And I know some of you are thinking, Miss Abel, that's a square. And that's okay because remember, a rectangle can also be the shape of a square. But a square cannot be a rectangle because it has to have all the same sides. All right, now let's figure out the next one. Now I know that half of 30 is 15 and half of 6 is 3. So could I go 18 times 2? 2 over and 18 down? Why don't we give that a try? So go 2 over, 1, 2, and 18 down. 10, 11, 12, 13. I ran out of room. 14. Let's just keep going. 15, 16, 17, 18. And I'm going to say that that's, oh, that doesn't work because, well, maybe could we come up with something else? What about times 3? 3 times 12. What if we do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's do that. And we'll go over 3. I'm so sorry. It did not fit on my paper. Sometimes that's the problem. All right, so now I know that I have a 3. I'm going to cross that out. This looks a little bit messy, but I know you can figure it out. So 3 times 12, because 12 plus 12 plus 12 is 36. So I know that the area equals 36 square yards. Now let's figure out what the perimeter is. 9, 30. And the perimeter equals 30 yards. So which one has a smaller perimeter? That's right, the second one. Oh, I'm sorry, the first one with 24. So once again, we have drawn 2 different rectangles. This one's a little messy, sorry. 2 different rectangles that have the same area but a different perimeter. All right, boys and girls, there is 3 and 4, and if you would like to continue on doing that, that would be fabulous. I highly, highly recommend that you guys keep going. Maybe we should do one more together. Let's do one more. Let's do number 7. Number 7. And I got to get a new piece of paper for this because I am running out of room. Number 7, the area needs to equal 9 square inches. Okay, so I'd have to figure out what factors make 9. Well, I know that I can automatically do what? 1 times 9. Good job. 1 times 9. And what's another way to make 9? I know it can't be 2. Oh, perfect. 3 times 3. So now I'm going to draw my rectangles. 1 square over and 9 squares down. I actually love doing this. I feel like these are kind of puzzles, especially when you get to the really big numbers. And the other one is 3 times 3, so 3 over and 3 down. It's just like an array, but it's a box. Okay, so now we got to figure out if we know that the area is 9 square inches, because area is length times width, let's figure out the perimeter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For those of you, I don't really have to keep counting because if I know that 1/2 is 10, the other half is 10. So 10 plus 10 is 20 inches. Good job. And on my red one, I know that the area equals 9 square inches. So now I'm going to count my perimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I know that half of it's 6, the other half is 6. So I know that the perimeter equals 12 inches. Which one has a smaller perimeter? The little square. And there you have it. And Bob's your uncle. All right, guys. Please, please, please try your very hardest on this. Like I said, please contact me if you have any trouble. Go ahead and keep going, finishing the independent practice, and then going on to the problem solving, because some of these are great challenges for your minds. There aren't very many, and so I would love to see that you are being responsible for your learning and continuing. We are almost done with this topic, so please make sure that if you are having any trouble that you let me know. I've talked to some of you guys and I would love to talk to more if I can. So please, please, please do your very best today. And Eagles, I'll see you soon.